Struggling with debt? Bills, loans, credit cards? Need a way out? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. Free, impartial advice on all your debt matters.
This is KUGAN CASSIUS for iFL TV in association with MTK Global. Nice trainers, Dereck, sorry. We are at the Haymaker Gym, joined by Dereck Chisora. Dereck, how are you, my friend?
I'm alright, man. How are you, my bro?
All good, all good. Been sparring the last couple of days with man behind us, Mr. Gashi. How's that been?
Been great, man. Gashi brings it, bro. He's very heavy-handed, bro. If you don't move out a couple of his shots, bro, he'll lay you out.
So, I spoke to him, obviously, a few minutes ago, and he said that you two have kept in touch ever since your fight and have become friends, and obviously now you kind of work together.
Yeah, man. He's my Albanian brother, my compadre. So, he's a good guy, Gashi. He's just easygoing, funny and cool. So, why not?
So your weight at the moment, what is it, 16.5 stone?
Yeah, the scales. I'm banging the scale 6.5 stone, boy. He'd like to psych myself out. Yeah.
Fair enough. If that makes you happy for you to think you're that weight, then not a problem. I can see you're clearly not that weight, but
No, I'm 6.5 stones in my mind.
In your head.
In my head. It's like someone's. I'm not gonna go in my other analogy, but it's okay.
Yeah, maybe leave that one alone. We are still awaiting confirmation of a date for you and Alexander Usyk. Is there anything you could tell us? Today is Tuesday the 15th, so things obviously changing every day, and suppose you're in talks with David and Eddie, etc. But what is the latest on that?
We have to ask Boris Johnson. Let me call Boris Johnson and find out what's going on, because right now, everything is bleeding, bro. Football, darts, golf, cricket, tennis, American football has started as well now. They don't have an audience in there. It's just hard, man. It's hard. I think they're just trying to mess athletes up now, because during the World War, football was still going on. Bombings were happening around the corner, but people were still going to the pub, going doing what they were doing normally. But this year, man, I don't know, man.
Dereck, when I previously spoke to you, you said that your preference wasn't to fight behind closed doors, but I'm assuming this situation now for the rest of the year, you couldn't really possibly completely rule that out as a possibility.
Bro, I deeply, want to fight, and I think Eddie wants crowd as well. What Eddie did in his back garden, the fight camp was great. It was good for, like, the lighter weights, guys who never box in front of a crowd. And then I think the body snatcher tried to box there, and then, if there was a crowd there, I think it'd won the fight, because he was winning the fight easily, and then he's just got caught because the only thing you could hear in there was the punches. And the wind, because it's in the gardens. Listen, it'll be hard to fight with no crowd. Probably David and Nicole and Eddie and the camera guys and my coaches and the medical man, but it'll be hard. I'm not gonna lie to you, it'll be hard. Trying to come out, 10th round, trying to lift yourself up and stuff like that. I figured it, I realized it by when I boxed in Monaco. It was very hard, man. And I was only like a crowd of 400, not even 400, about 200-300. It's hard. People don't understand it. Even football players finding it hard not to play football with no crowd.
But with the situation as it is, then if you are, or you want to have that fight this year, then that's obviously going to be a strong possibility.
Yeah. It is what it is. I can't deny it. I'm just saying how I feel. I feel it will be hard. But, the fight must go on. We have to adapt.
with Dillian's fight being announced today, his rematch for November, AJ in December, this is a pay-per-view event that you're obviously in as well. Are we assuming that will be still the back end of next month?
Should be. There's nothing else David hasn't told me, so I'm just waiting to hear what's happening.
Constantly keep seeing videos of Usyk chanting your name as he's maybe paddling a canoe or doing some dancing in the gym. I'm sure you keep up to date with that.
Oh, good for him, yes. I keep up to him, you know, calling me Dereck, why he's running, why he's in a canoe, why he's in the gym. Good for him. In his mind, he thinks I'm going to pull out the fight. But eventually, he wants to fight, I want to fight, so it's going to happen.
It was one of the fights, obviously, that was affected. The last press conference, the proper press conference we was at, was your one. That was the actual last one before all this kicked in. So it's a fight that people were looking forward to and still want to see.
Yes, you know, it's a great fight. You know, Usyk is a great ambassador for the sport. You know, he's a great, amazing cruiserweight coming up to heavyweight, trying to do certain things which, like, you know, David and Holyfield. Was he Holyfield? Yeah, Holyfield, you know. So it's going to be, if it happens, it's going to be a great fight. I know that for a fact, and he's going to bring it, and I'm going to bring it, so last man standing.
Well, like I said, we'll look forward to hopefully hearing some news on an official date in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, just going back to fight camp as you were talking about, were you shocked or not by what happened in Whyte's fight with Povetkin?
Yeah, no, I'm not shocked, because you know what? If you look at Whyte's whole corner, all those guys were on my payroll. From the guy he owned, the guy Xavier, Ruben, Pete, Dave Caldwell, they're all on my payroll. So I must be doing something right for him to pick up my leftovers.
So, in answer to my question, you wasn't shocked by what you saw?
No, listen, two things. The Russian knew he can't stick in there with Dillian, so he was just setting up a couple of shots. I think Dillian was worried about a left hook all the time, and then he starts deeping, and then suddenly he just opened up for the uppercut, you know. Which you know, on one hand, I feel bad for him, for Dillian, you know. On the other hand, you know, he took all these fights because that's what they were giving him. You know, he wanted to fight he boxed for the silver, for the WBC silver, against Robert Alenius in Cardiff, against when AJ boxed Takam. Yeah, and this is like a couple years ago, you know, and suddenly they keep prolonging him, you know, and I feel bad for him. You know, it's instead of, you know, editing for his corner, trying to get a fight with Deontay Wilder that happened, or, you know, put like a couple millions in there to get the fight rolling. Eddie didn't, let's all be honest, he did not, you know. And then he had to fight everybody who's, Deontay Wilder, I want to fight you, fight him. This is what the WBC is saying, fight him. Okay, he fights him. Sooner or later, he's going to get caught. You know, that's what happened. And he got caught at the wrong time because he was split with his trainer, with Mark Tibbs, you know, which he was supposed to just be with Mark Tibbs. He was with Mark Tibbs when he boxed in Cardiff. No, when he boxed in Saudi, weighing about 19 stones. And he came out of that fight very good and stuff like that with Mark. And I think he should, like, just bite the dust and just get back with Mark. You know.
You feel that was a crucial part, because obviously Mark Tibbs and him parted ways midway through the camp. So you believe that decision, or for whatever reasons that happened, was crucial to what happened on the night?
Yeah. And then plus another situation is that, you know, he boxes long range, and then this time was boxing inside for what reason I don't understand. He needs to sort it out himself, you know. He needs to sort it out himself, you know. Either get a good trainer, you know. This is the big times. This is, you know, it's pride. You know, the most downfall for every man out there is pride. You know, he's gonna put his pride first. You know, that's what he's gonna do. You know, he keeps saying all this and this and this, but eventually you just have to sort yourself out. And now he's kind of doomed, because even if he wins the rematch, it's too much 7,000 days. Do you understand? So it's a hard one, because Tyson's fighting Deontay Wilder now in December. And then after that, you know, it'll be AJ and Tyson. They'll be trying to make the numbers right, you know. And then they'll probably lock in a 2-fight deal. It's hard.
Just going back to the fight itself, are you with everyone that the 4th round, he drops him twice, we expect the 5th round, him to finish the job in the 5th round? Were you seeing that pattern happening? We know Povetkin's obviously a dangerous puncher, can pull that out at any point, but were you expecting that 5th round to go where Dillian finished off his work from the 4th round?
I think what the problem was, Dillian warmed Povetkin up, because Alexander is a slow starter, and they're both slow starters, so they're both warming each other up, and it was about who lands the first punch. But if Dillian would have went from round to round, guns all blazing, the fight would have been done in the 2nd or 3rd round. But they all like slow down, you know. Remember, Povetkin was landing some good body shots. Body shots were getting in badly. People don't realize, you know. So Dillian was nervous about the body shot. So every time Povetkin chucked him, Dillian was covering. And then when he covered, then he dropped in there. All he got was hello to my little friend. Boom.
Is this the obvious and right thing to do by him jumping straight into a rematch as quick as November?
Hey, listen, he feels he needs to. Yeah, man, we fighters, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't say anything else. Yeah, it's the right thing. Yeah, got knocked out. Yeah, I won the rematch straight away. That's it. And people are gonna want to watch it now, see what happens. You know. It's a you know, it's a situation now. If you're a good rematch in November, yeah.
Do you believe he wins the rematch?
If he trains right, if he prepares right, yes, he wins the rematch. Yeah. But it's gonna have the psychology, the background. What's going to happen? If he trains right and he does it right, he'll win it.
Well, like I said, today's Tuesday the 15th. That fight is meant to be announced today. So
We're going to announce it today.
Apparently so, according to Eddie and Dylan's social media post yesterday, would suggest that it's being announced today.
Wow. For how many weeks is that from now to the fight?
9 weeks, I think.
Oh, yeah? Well, that'll be good. Might go to Russia now.
Well, you was meant to come in for sparring, weren't you?
I was meant to come in, but and then the whole thing changed when they heard I was meant to come in, and they're like, okay, Alexander don't need to be here for 2 weeks no more. He can only come from arrive on Sunday, and he's fighting on Saturday, so we don't need you. That's the whole game plan. They changed. All Dylan was coming in on a Wednesday, and then he's gonna, you know, things like that. So things changed. But if Alexander was coming in for 2 weeks, I'd have been there. You know, people be like, oh, why is he doing with Alexander? I've known Alexander for years. You know, I've been friends with Alexander for years, so, you know, he's slang else to do anything. I like Dillian as well, but, you know. But shit happens, man. You know, he got knocked out. You know, I tell you why he got knocked out, because I employed Ruben, and then when I employed Ruben, I got knocked out my first fight with Ruben. and then Dillian got knocked out when he employed Rubens, so come as a BS. Well, it is what it is.
But when you were watching that and you saw it happen, like, and we know you're rivals and you've had your 2 fights and you've had your back and forth.
I totally got honest truth. I felt bad for him because I was like, you know, this is a guy who never really boxed in amateurs. He never had a pedigree. You know, he worked himself hard by fighting on those dead shows, you know, trying to make it. And then he's broken through he's gone through the paper route. Now he's, he's selling arenas. And then he wins a great fight to be the silver WBC, and then they don't give him a shot to the title. I felt bad for him, man. You don't understand. That's a wrongin'. You know, that's a wrongin'. They done him in. Like as simple as.
You were talking about this before his fight, and you were saying similar things about the way kind of that path has been mapped for him.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, like, you know. But you know, if it's your destiny, let me tell you something. If it's your destiny, that knockout with Alexander Perverkin is nothing. When he gets the rematch and he fights and he wins again, he'll forget about that. He needs to just concentrate by getting everybody gelling together, his whole team, and fighting and winning the rematch and doing his thing. You know, because I know Dillian for years, man. He's done amazing for himself, so you can't take that away from a man. You know, there's no hating. You can't hate somebody for that. He's worked hard, and remember, he hasn't stole it from everybody. He's actually put the work in and worked hard for it. So, and I think, you know, Matchroom should fight for his corner to get the shot for the title afterwards. But guess what? They won't.
Why did you say that?
Because you see, the money fights in Tyson Fury and AJ. The money ain't in Dillian and Tyson Fury. They'll probably make another belt. Yeah, they'll probably make another belt. What's this one? The one that fought for last time? Diamond belt? Oh, what's a diamond belt?
Well, the diamond belt's been around for a few years, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, you got the WBC silver. Where's the WBC silver now? Who's got that? Yeah, you got the WBC, the one they call the heavyweight champion. You got the silver. You got the diamond belt. WBC, that diamond belt. So now they have to make another one for Dillian. What are we gonna call it? WWC. Anytime you can have it. Yeah. So it's one of those. It's just weird, man. There should be one belt and one champion, bro. You know, it should be one belt. You know, let all these 25 heavyweights fight for trying to get to the top. You know, I remember the Lennox Lewis days. You know, you could tell there was a WBO, WBC, IBF, the 4 free on the Ring magazine, and you know people going to town for that stuff. Now, they're just making stuff up. Yeah, man.
Just moving away from that, do you think AJ will have his work cut out with Pulev, obviously someone that you know very well?
Will have his work out cut out? Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah. Yes, he will.
To what extent?
You still got that amateur kind of, you know, pouring their hands, you know, looking for that right over the top and stuff like that. You know, bouncy, moving around. What AJ needs to do is look at the explosive he had in his first 10 amateur professional fights. That quick double jab, 1-2, just letting it go, and it'll make the fight easy for himself. But if he trying to calculate it and box how he boxed with Ruiz, it will not work on Pulev.
One of Wilder's sparring partners, Junior Farr, has come out recently in an interview on Sky Sports and said that Wilder's bicep was injured before. He doesn't know to what extent, but he said it was injured before the Fury fight. Did you see that?
Listen, what people have to understand is, if you lose a fight, don't come with excuses. Yeah. take your being as a man. You know, I don't know, you know, Dillian came out with excuses as well. He said his right shoulder, bicep as well. Everybody always says biceps. You know, when AJ lost to Ruiz, did he come out with any excuse? No, he did not. You know, when I lost to David, to all my opponents, I never came out with an excuse. There's no excuse. You lost, you know, give the credit to another man. You know, Tyson ate him up. Do you understand? Tyson ate him up. If you know you're getting into a big fight and your bicep is not right, you pull out. It's a big money fight. Well, you're getting into the fight because you think you're going to win it? No. I'm injured. I'm out. Postponed it again. Do you understand? You're the champion. You're injured. I can't fight. I got a bicep problem. You know, it's all excuses, man. You know, Deontay needs to just say, you know what, Tyson, you won the fight. You beat me. You whooped my backside. And I can't wait for the rematch. And that's it. There's no need of like, oh, I had a torn bicep, or this and this and this. There's no need for that.
You was out with Tyson a couple of weeks ago, weren't you, in London?
Yeah. How's that? Should we call him? Where is he? Let's call him. I don't save his numbers. I don't save people's names under the names. Let's see if he answers. I'm gonna tell him he's a dosser. He's gonna have you. He's probably in training right now.
Probably is training.
What's the time? Yeah, he's in training. Yeah.
I think I just saw on his Instagram story that he was training, so before we started this. Okay, well, hopefully we get some news of your fight with Usyk.
How are you, my friend?
I'm alright. I'm good.
Yeah, listen, man. We all in this, you know, to all those who watch your interviews and stuff, listen, we are all in this together. You know, there's no, if your next door neighbor goes buys a new car and you are starving, he's not your next door neighbor. We all in this together. You know, this is a time for everybody to unite. You know, don't matter, don't look at color, just trying to help each other out. Because this is hard, man. Especially Christmas time is coming. It's going to be so hard, difficult, you don't understand. You know, try unite and just try and support the local businesses. I keep saying it, man. Support your local cabs, support your local restaurants, and just support each other, you know. Just be kind to one another. Because right now, this is bad. This is totally bad for everybody. You know, it's all about, you know, uniting as one right now. You know, Muslims, you know, Christians, Jews, everybody will just unite so we can figure out this together, because this is bad. You know, this is so bad for, not for us, but for our kids, you know. You know, it's so bad. So if you can hear me, man, just try unite, just be one, kind to one another. That's it. When I say kind, I mean like saying to someone good morning, good afternoon, you know, things like that. They go a long way. So that's it. But when you see Eddie, don't say good morning to him. I'm not joking. I'm joking.
All right, Dereck, appreciate your time as always.
I'm tired, bro. Thanks a lot, bro. I am so tired, bro. I am flying. I'm on fumes right now. I'm going to get home. I'm going to ride my bike home now. I ride now. I don't drive.
Where's your bike?
To the hotel.
Okay.
Yeah, I ride. Cycle, sorry. Not riding. Oh, no, cycle.
All right, well, I appreciate your time. It's Tuesday afternoon, and like I said, we'll await confirmation of your fight date very soon, hopefully. Dereck Chisora, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Amen.
Struggling with debt? Bills, loans, credit cards? Need a way out? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. Free, impartial advice on all your debt matters.